Welcome to a Gorgeous Knits tutorial. In this video, I'm going to show you how to knit. What you need are a pair of knitting needles and some yarn. Okay, to get started, I've already made a swatch of the knit stitch to give you an idea of what the stitch looks like. So what you would do is take the needle with the yarn on it in your left hand, and you're going to take your empty needle in your right hand. And so for the yarn that's on the left hand needle, you're going to scooch them forward to the end of the point of the needle. About there is probably good. And you can use your pointer finger to hold it so that it doesn't slide off so easily. And so if you look at my left hand, I'm holding the needle basically between my thumb and my middle finger, kind of like that, so that my pointer finger is free to work the stitch that's at the end of the needle, at the end of your row. And then my other two fingers at the back here are just kind of holding for support. If I could show you that upside down, kind of like that. But you hold it however is comfortable for you. This is just how I'm comfortable. I just wanted to give you an idea. Okay, so I'm going to take the empty needle that's in my right hand, and I'm going to insert it into this first stitch here. I'm going to go like this from the front into the back. I'll turn this so you can see. Okay, from the front and through into the back. So if you turn the work, you're seeing how they're crisscrossing a little bit inside this first stitch. Okay, so how I like to do it is I take then both needles and hold them in my left hand. And then I use my right hand to grab the working yarn, which is the yarn that is attached to your ball of yarn. This at the other end here, this is the tail. This is, that could be tucked away. Okay, so my right hand is grabbing the working yarn. However you're comfortable, I tend to grab it holding it like this with my thumb and pointer. You can do it loosely. Again, whatever's comfortable for you, but what you're going to basically do is you're going to take that working yarn and you're going to wrap it around that empty stitch. The empty needle, like that. Oops. Like this. So counterclockwise. Do it one more time. Wrap around, and then holding it somewhat taut, you're going to pull the working yarn that's wrapped around your right hand needle and the needle itself back through that first stitch. Just go like this so that my tripod doesn't get in the way. And push through. So now I have the stitch on my right hand needle as well as still on my left. So at this point you can push that stitch off your needle like that. Okay, let's do this again. Take the right hand needle, insert it from front to back through that stitch to crisscross your needles. Hold the two needles in one hand, wrap the working yarn around the right hand needle counterclockwise, and then pull that working yarn and the right hand needle back through the stitch that's on the left. Again, you have a stitch now on the right because you just made that stitch, and you also have the stitch still sitting on the left, but you want to push that off. So you're basically working from left to right, making new stitches. Again, insert, wrap, pull through. And while you're doing this, you want to make sure that your working yarn is behind the needle. See how I'm holding it kind of like in the back here? Again, through, wrap, and pull through. And you would do that all the way until the end of your row. And then what you would do at the end is turn your work and then just repeat those stitches. So I'm going to meet you back at the end, and I'll just show you quick what I mean by turning your work. Okay, so I'm reaching the end of my row. I have 2 stitches left on my left hand needle, and the rest of them are now on my right hand needle. So I'm just going to knit these last 2 stitches the same way we have been. I'll do this last one here. Okay, so now all my stitches are on my right hand needle, and my left hand needle is now the empty needle. So what you're going to do is turn your work. So to go backwards, you were here, your working yarn was on your left hand side of the needle. So now you're going to turn the work, literally, so that your yarn is now pointing towards the right. So now this becomes the left hand needle again, and the empty needle becomes the right hand needle. And then you would just continue with the knit stitch the same as you would. And then when you reach the end of the row, you turn your work and you continue and make another row. So that's how to knit. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching.